Hi guys, my name is Marissa and today I will be talking about food additives. So, to begin with, have you ever wondered the reason why salt comes out so easily? Or even the reason why mustard is yellow? Or even, my favorite, why is peanut butter so thick? Why is it not easily be able to spread? Well, food additives are the reason why. Food additives are anything that gets added to a food to enhance the flavor or to even change the texture of something. Basically, you're changing the characteristics of a food. The real question is are these additives healthy for you? Are they safe? Can they harm your body? So, to begin, we have direct additives and we have indirect additives. Basically, the direct additives are the ones that are like spices, salts, anything that gives the flavor to something. Maybe even food coloring, it changes the color of it, basically. Indirect objects comes from the packaging of what the food is in. So sometimes if you get something that's been in plastic for too long, it'll start to taste like plastic, and basically that's just the indirect additive. It's not something that you actually put in there yourself, but it's because of the packaging. But there are 5 main reasons that food additives are added to foods. The first one is to maintain the product consistency. This is, for example, the peanut butter that I showed you. The reason why it's so thick and the texture is so grainy that it doesn't spread is because of the emulsifiers that are added to the peanut butter to give it this texture. The second reason would be to improve or maintain nutritional value. This would be when you add vitamins or minerals, something to a food in order to put in what you're missing from your diet. So if you're missing a certain vitamin, such as calcium, you're going to drink a lot of milk because calcium normally is added sometimes more times than others into certain milks that you buy. That would be your additive, the calcium that you need, that you're missing, so you drink milk in order to get that. Third reason would be to keep food appetizing and wholesome. In this case, these are your basic preservatives that help from mold, air, bacteria, fungi, or yeast. Those things basically keep your food fresh. The next reason is to provide leavening or control acidity or alkalinity. Basically, this is the leavening that allows cakes, biscuits, other baked goods to rise. The additives that are added to that are what makes that leavening happen. And the last reason is to enhance the flavor or give a desired color. And basically, this is your simple spices that add flavor to foods, or even food coloring. The reason why mustard is yellow because of the food coloring that's added into it. But before any of these additives can be even sold to us, they must be approved by the FDA. Manufacturers have to prove that their additives are safe for us to eat. Once that they do this, then they separate them into 5 categories. Those would be food additives that would be consisted of spices, salts, and sweetness. Color additives that would consist of anything with dye, pigment, or substance which is added and applied to a good, a drug, or a cosmetic. This is capable of changing the color. Then we have the category GRAS, generally recognized as safe. These are the substances that have been added, scientifically tested through scientific procedure for substances used before 1958 when this law was created. The last one that also falls into that category of the same complements as GRAS would be the prior sanctioned substance, so anything tested before 1958, before that act was created. Now, when an additive is not approved, then it would fall under the Delaney Clause. The Delaney Clause was created for additives that have caused cancer in animals or sometimes even humans. So if something was to cause somebody cancer, then it would be considered it would be trialed under the Delaney clause basically, and then it would have to be removed off the FDA list and then banned, so that way it doesn't cause future problems. In order for additives to be safe for us, there are 6 major agencies that work together to make sure of this. The first one is actually the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. They ensure what additives are added, how much of it, and how it's going to be labeled. So how it will be displayed on your cereals or your milks, basically that kind of stuff. They have to make sure that it's clear and easy for the normal person to understand it. The second would be the Centers for Disease Control and Preventatives. And basically, they monitor outbreaks of foodborne diseases, investigate, and determine what the actual problem is. The next one is the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Services. They enforce laws governing the safety of domestic and imported meat and poultry products. Then we have the USDA Cooperative State Research, Education, and Extension Services. They basically are making sure that anything that's sent to school education purposes, like colleges or institutions, elementary schools, high schools, basically making sure that everything that is being served there, the additives that are added into those products, are safe for students to eat. And then we have the USDA Agricultural Research Service. Basically, they regulate public drinking water and approve pesticides and other chemicals used in the environment. And then the last one is the Environmental Protection Agency. So after learning about what additives are and how they are regulated, would you say that they are safe? I would say so. However, there are specific safe additives that are more safer than others, basically. These common ones are beneficial to us, and they're ascorbic and alpha tocopherol. Ascorbic, basically that's just vitamin C. That, when it's added to food, can reduce the severity of colds. And then we have alpha tocopherol, where that one is basically vitamin E, and that one, most importantly, can reduce the risk of cancer and heart disease. So those are basically 2 of the main ones that we would rather have more of, because they benefit us better. Now, there's some that can be harmful to us, and those would be saccharin, acetylphenone K, and artificial coloring, and sometimes even caffeine. Some of these may cause headaches, tooth decay, obesity, and in some cases, heart diseases. In general, additives are safe for us. If they weren't, agencies such as the FDA would not approve them. However, it's important that we keep in mind how much of them we are consuming, because sometimes too much of them isn't good for us, and that's when we would start our headaches, tooth decay, etc., things like that. But overall, we're our best advocates. Only we will know if something is unhealthy or not. So basically, in general, I would say that they are safe for us. Just watch out about how much you have. So thanks for watching.